Hey guys, Dan Alman back with another video. Are we dead? Is it over? Is we ever gonna get some? Is we ever gonna get a pump here? What is happening? So I have been saying for a while now. I think that we're gonna come down and grab this end of this little CME gap here. So if you look at the CME futures, we basically had a gap from all the way back in here. We have filled the top 3/4 of this gap, but when we had this big pull down here, drawdown, we came all the way down to 78 and we basically left a gap all the way down to 77.9. So I am thinking that we need to probably come through and clear this. Now, originally I was thinking maybe we'll see a big V-shaped recovery. But it seems there's a lot of pain going on in the market everywhere. Even the S&P 500 is down now 8.5%. We've lost a lot of the moving averages and a lot of basically, targets and channels and support lines, and we're breaking down here. So there could be some long-term pain. Trump has even said, this is going to cause not long-term pain, short-term pain. Trump has even said, he's expecting some short-term pain. Now, people are even saying that maybe the goal is just to kind of create a small recession and basically, kind of reset everything, start printing money again, et cetera, et cetera. So that may be the goal from Trump. I can't show you some of the posts I wanted to show you because Twitter's actually, Twitter/X has actually been down for like 7 hours at this time, off and on. Been down about 7 hours. So I don't know what's going on Twitter. Maybe since Elon, ripped out all the backup servers, it's not working as well. But anyways, so we've also seen a lot of market manipulation, of course. There's a lot of theories that market manipulators, and I wanted to show you that because apparently Binance has said that Wintermute has done some shady stuff. Now let's be real, Binance was the one sending him the crypto and they were dumping on the open market. You can see it right through the blockchain. It's a public ledger, so as long as you know what the wallets are, you can see what they're doing. I've been following, I think his name's Crypto. I'm unfortunately I can't show any of it because everything is just legit dead right now on Twitter. I have a bunch of stuff that I reposted that I wanted to show, but I just can't show it because Twitter/X has been dead literally for 7 hours today. But anyways, they're basically pushing down the price, trying to liquidate a bunch of longs, and I don't know, I guess try to make some money back. I still don't even know. Market makers, they make all their money. I don't even know when a liquidation happens, like who gets the money, right? Obviously, if there's people betting against it, the way I see it is the market makers give the liquidity, and then basically like a casino, they're just assuming that most people will lose the money. When I say most, I mean more than 50%, meaning they'll be in a profit. But they can also do stuff like literally knock the price down, sell a bunch of crypto, get the longs liquidated, and I believe that money goes to the market maker. Don't quote me on that. Comment below if you know exactly how that works. I'm still not. I'd love to ask Grok, but of course it's all dead. Market makers, can I do anything? Yeah, I think that's dead too. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so we don't have much liquidity left on the Bitcoin, Binance. This is Binance here. There's not a lot of liquidity to the low end. So it feels like if this is just hunting liquidity and it's not actually just fear, because we have seen market manipulators selling hundreds, if not thousands of Bitcoin and, hundreds of thousands of Ethereum and Solana and all of those cryptocurrencies. And you can see if we look here, we're still in extreme fear. We're back into extreme fear. We went to a really, really low fear on February 27th, which is kind of funny because February 27th actually was not the bottom, right? So February 27th was actually the day before the bottom. But I think it's just because we had this big candle wick, people weren't as scared because, we went all the way down here and then bought it all right back up. You can see now we should be even in more fear because we actually have daily candles that are just going down and down and down and down, right? There's another really cool thing though, which may signal that the end is near. So if you go to the end of the pain, I should say, not the end of Bitcoin, the end of the pain. But if you go here and you look at basically, if you search M2, you can find this Global Liquidity Index time shift. Okay. If you add this to your chart, it's really interesting because now if you go here, you can hit settings and you can add a 10. I'm on the weekly chart. So 10 weeks is roughly the amount of time apparently that takes like the money supply to get into the economy, right? So basically what this is global liquidity. You know, the US is not quite printing dollars yet. I don't believe. If we check the US dollar, you can see we're way down. If I go over here and we go to the Federal Reserve, you can see, yeah, last 2 months have been pretty flat. So what is this? Oh, that's actually December and January. So we only have January. We don't actually know what happened February, March yet. But so I think this is should be monthly, but yeah, we don't have another one yet besides that. So anyways, I just want to go look at that. So that's the US Federal Reserve assets, right? But this, what I'm talking about, is global liquidity. So China is starting to print a bunch of money, et cetera, because they need to stimulate their economy. So this is kind of what happens when you get into recessions is, you know, the interest rate starts coming down and then you basically, the government wants to refi their debt. So they want the interest rates to come down and they also want to print money to help stimulate the economy to come out of the recession, right? So that's usually the plan. And with a 10-week lead, you can see actually the prices following this M2 global liquidity pretty well. Now, the important thing is to look at the tops and bottoms, right? You know, there's some stuff going on in the middle that might be a little bit different, right? Because we had a bunch of hype about, you know, Trump coming into the office. Turns out he was just a rug puller and really was not good for cryptocurrency or the economy at all. Now, this may change, right? If we force a soft recession right now, and then we start printing money and we gain that economy back and we come out of the recession fairly quickly, we could see a massive pump in assets. And usually that's what triggers alt season, is when you have a lot of printing and, you know, the money supply getting higher, et cetera. And coming out of a recession, right, people now have a little bit of money and they want to put those into risk assets and interest rates are low. So people don't want to hold a bunch of bonds, right? So, et cetera. But if what you can do is you can just now, if you add it to a new axis, you can now drag the axis to make it line up. So like right here, it lines up pretty well, right? And then if you click on it, you can actually drag it up and down if you want to just align it a little bit better. But it's really interesting when you look at it. Now, the only thing that doesn't really play ball with this, let me just put it out like that and then like this, is you can see, maybe just look at tops and bottoms, right? So if you look at like a top, you know, we kind of had a local top here. Bottom kind of had a local bottom here. Now, you know, we had a new all-time high here. You can see same thing, kind of followed this up. You can see something was maybe suppressing the price of Bitcoin here. It's not perfect, right? But it gives you a good general guideline of what may happen in the future. Now, don't forget, this is weekly candles, okay? So we have a low here, okay? We have a low where we're at right now, and then it goes up a little bit next week, and then a little bit drop to a lower low the week after. So potentially, next week might be good, and then we could potentially sweep the lows and go back down and then start a big pump up to we're almost about to break out of the M2 money supply all-time high, which means that potentially maybe May 19th, which is kind of a while from now, but May 19th, we might see another basic top. That'd be interesting. And that would kind of time with what usually kind of happens in some of these. If we go into the cryptoverse, let's just take a look at some of the normal gains for some of the markets here. So if we go in here and we go to charts and we go to this right here, you can see monthly returns. And we're in a post-halving year, okay? So if we go 4 years ago, that'd be 2021, you can see we had really good gains. Unfortunately, though, we had just had the COVID crash in 2020, so we were coming out of a recession. Now we're just kind of in a different economic state than we've been normally in this time frame. So we don't really know what's going to happen. We're basically even for the month. But if you look at the total market cap, it's down because alts are getting smashed. So it's hard to kind of use this because it doesn't really agree with the monetary policy that we are having in the current market. Now, however, again, crypto fear and greed is in fear. Whenever it's in fear, it's usually a good buying opportunity, right? It almost always is. I have leverage trades open. Unfortunately, they're down a lot right now. I have de-risked enough where I don't think it's possible I could get liquidated unless Litecoin goes to $10 and Bitcoin goes to like $20,000, I don't think I have any chance of being liquidated. I doubt that's going to happen. And if that happens, you can have my whole account and all of it because it's all dead anyways. Be very careful with leverage. I'm thinking that we'll have at least a local bottom. As I said, I think we'll have at least a local bottom sometime in this 78,000, 77,900. We're almost there right now. We're actually about to fill the CME gap right now as I speak. So you can see if we can fill this, we might see a nice big V-shaped recovery that will maybe take us up to, I don't know, 90,000. And then we could even go lower and go all the way down and retest the old high from March. That would be unfortunate, but obviously can definitely happen. So here's Bitcoin. If we go look at March, that would be roughly 73,800. That's only another 6% drop from here. I mean, shit, we're already down 30%. So what's another 6%, right? But just my point of this is, you know, if you want to leverage trade, protect yourself. It might be starting to get to a good point for an entry. I entered too early, as always. I'm always too early to everything, it seems. But if you do want to sign up for Bitunix, I have a link below. There's also a trading competition on BYDFi that should end actually sometime in the next week or so. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I just want to give an update. Be very careful with leverage. Again, leave it low leverage. I'm using 5x leverage, and my position size is fairly small relative to my entire account size. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. We could be down here a while. As I said, if it goes to the same tune of this, we may not be getting back up anywhere near all-time highs until about May-ish. But that does mean that the bottom should be sometime this month. A lot of people are saying that March 24th, I think there's like some CME futures that are ending for S&P 500 or Bitcoin or something. I don't know. I was listening to Ben Cohen talk about it. I kind of forgot what he mentioned, but basically that there might be some downside until March 24th roughly. So we'll see what happens. Altcoins are obviously absolutely destroyed. Bitcoin dominance is staying high. The others market is crashing, collapsing, etc. Altcoins are getting smashed. So of course I went too heavy on altcoins, as I did every single cycle. The video I made yesterday or 2 days ago, I talked about that a little bit, but it looks like we're just making our way slowly into this gap. We might as well just clear this gap while we're down here. Now there is actually a new gap up top, which is kind of funny, right? So now there's a new gap up here. If I go look at the actual CME, you can see this big gap up here. So it looks like maybe we'll try to clear this gap. Oh, we just cleared some actually. On CME futures, we cleared it. On Coinbase, the price has actually bounced off that support, which is kind of funny. So of course, CMEs and Coinbase, the prices can be different for sure. So we actually just dipped into it. Actually, we're still going down into it right now because we're probably, I don't know. We probably had some liquidations down here as well. Not a lot, but because I already looked at the liquidation heat map. But so we're coming into here. Maybe we can clear this, and honestly, maybe we can come back up here. And if you're, you know, really negative on leverage trades, I would consider de-risking up here. You know, if you're like for me, for example, I already have an order on the book to clear a little bit. There's this sloping support line that's coming down. I'm going to pick up a little bit of a new order here at 77,990, and then I'm going to de-risk a little bit up here. Hopefully take a little bit off because I think we might have one more leg to the downside. I just want to protect myself in case we do. We could just go up and it may be a waste, but I don't want to get my entire account liquidated. That would be really unfortunate. So we're going to focus on our risk management here. I think we might see one final push to like 74-ish, which is the, you know, the old all-time high. If we go to the daily here, old all-time high right about here, 73,800. So I will put a line on the chart right here and saying that's the potential all-time bottom, I'm hoping. It just really depends on what happens. So yeah. We'll see what happens here. I'll pick up a little bit of an order here, just a small order. And then if we get up here, I'll de-risk a little bit. I still have a decent amount of capital in the account, but I don't want to have any more risk in leverage because the markets are wild right now. And I mean, technically it could be over, right? We could be done. This could be the end of the cycle. I think it's very unlikely, because we haven't hit a lot of the normal indicators that say that, we're kind of done, right? So we did hit this risk metric, but, there's this like short-term bubble risk that never even got even remotely into any of the red bands. Now, this is an ITC premium thing, but this is a pretty good indicator. And if you also go onto ITC premium, I'll just show you the risk levels real quick. So if we look at like the risk level of Bitcoin, it always tops about the, actually, let me just go back to the dashboard. I'll just go right here. I like this one a little bit better, but Bitcoin always tops in the at least a 0.9 or higher. And the highest we got this cycle was like a 0.7, right? So I don't think we're topped unless we get some sort of world war or massive recession and we can't do some sort of a soft close on this recession. I'm thinking Bitcoin's going to still hit at least 200 this year. That's the 90% risk on ITC. You can go look at some of these. I can go show you some of these real quick on here as well. Ethereum should hopefully hit about $9,000. Cardano should hit hopefully about $3.80. Even Polkadot, up here $53. That would be insane. Avalanche is about $220. That would be insane as well. Chainlink up here $71. Solana up here at $527. That'd be sweet. Dogecoin is freaking 17 cents right now and might go up to $1.50. That'd be massive, right? Tron, we're looking at 60 cents. Shiba, we're looking at 0.0004. What else we got in here? Binance. I have a decent chunk of Binance. $3,200 for Binance. That'd be insane. That'd be freaking insane. XRP, $3.90. So you can see XRP is kind of already topped out or pretty close to the top range. You can see it actually did hit a risk of like freaking 0.9, almost 0.87, right? So usually coins will always hit 0.9 to 1 and then they'll top out. Obviously it's not guaranteed to happen or anything. Litecoin even says we're going to go to at least $600. That'd be massive for Litecoin. That's why I'm accumulating Litecoin right now. I think Litecoin is the next best thing after Bitcoin, in my personal opinion. Even Monero, which has been holding up pretty good, $1,100. Let's do Sui, one last one here. Sui, we're looking at maybe a $26 Sui. That would be massive. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. Just want to kind of talk about what I'm doing, what I think is going to happen. You can see we're continuing to go down into this gap here. I think we are going to try to fill this gap right now, and then hopefully we get some relief. So here's the CME gap. We just filled the top of it. We just need to get down here to about 77.9, and then hopefully we see maybe a return up, and then maybe we try to clear some of this gap. Doesn't have to happen now. We could honestly go retest 74 right now. I hope that doesn't happen, but it'd be nice to get some short-term relief instead of only going down for months. I mean, since January 20th, we've literally basically only gone down. So pretty brutal. This is probably the worst market I've ever been in terms of bull markets. This is my third 4-year cycle, and it's been depressing. It's been real depressing. It just feels like the whales and market manipulators came in and kind of, big money is now in here. So they're just manipulating the price and ruining it for everyone. I feel like we don't have that, that original, I don't even know. It's not this crypto is just not the same as it was back in the day when I was a wee lad. Anyways, all joking aside, that's it for the video. Leave a comment below. What are you guys doing? How you guys feeling? I know it's really rough right now in the market. SPX just shit the bed. It's dead forever. It's down like 90%. I had a big holding and I was actually up a lot on SPX 6900. Unfortunately, now it's down freaking 82%. So rip. TARS AI, same thing. I was up like 200% on TARS AI. I had huge hopes for this, and now it's down 86%. So most of my altcoins have gone to zero, besides a couple. I think there's only a couple I'm still positive on. XRP I'm still way positive on, just because I was buying a lot at 50 cents, and ADA I was buying a lot at 30 cents. So I'm at least positive on those two. The rest are pretty poo-poos. I wish I would have taken more profits. I took like 5% of the profits of my account. Wish it was literally 95%. But anyways, that's it. Have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hang in there, guys. I don't think we'll see another 30% drop from here. I think that would be too extreme. I think we're getting towards the getting towards the lower part of the range. So I would not recommend selling. If you've already taken this huge drawdown, there's no point in selling now. You might as well hold it. And the worst case is you're going to have to hold it for another 4 years till the next cycle. Worst case. Best case is we have an amazing end of the year. So that's it. Have a great day. See you guys.